Greetings, my beautiful, beautiful cosmic family. You are my family. We ain't gotta have blood, but just know it's all love. I really wanna give you a hug. So speak whatever you gotta speak. You gotta open up your throat chakra. You gotta motherfucking release. Don't let nobody have that much power over us to where we can barely speak about your shit, on your shit. You better let them know you got it like that. So come on, baby, to the channel. So y'all, oh, excuse me. It has been a moment, baby, because I had just sat back and was chilling. And like I told y'all, when you're chosen, you don't get certain downloads every single day unless it's an assignment strictly for you. So when y'all see a lot of people on their tarot card reading every day, giving messages every day, reading for other people's every day, baby, without canceling, know that it's some type of fraud going on in that. Some type of untruth and untrustworthy bonds going on in that. Because when I'm ever given an opportunity where my mind is blank and I don't have to think about downloads, I don't have to think about this person, that person, this energy, that energy, I take that as a moment of relaxation. And I also take it as a moment of just sitting back and relaxing and waiting on the divine to send me more clearer visions or messages later on. So yesterday I did something different. I surrendered. I normally do, but this time I just surrender. Like, I just surrender to the unknown. I don't care how it happened, when it happened, why it happened, what time it's going to happen, who it's going to happen with. You know, I just surrender. So I'm asking all my babies, my chosen ones, the chosen tribes, I'm asking everybody to surrender. Surrender to the unknown and just enjoy the present that you're in now, because you're not going to get that back and you're going to be like, damn, I was sitting back resting and worrying about how I'm going to get this bag. But then as soon as I get this bag, I'm tired. You tired. Because you wasn't resting when the divine gave you the time and the moment to rest. The divine mother and father came to agreement to give you time and space to rest because they knew what your future looked like. You didn't. You may have felt it and felt the bliss arriving, but you didn't know exactly what it looked like. And the moment you just felt drowsy, you still got up and tried to work. You still got up and did research. You still got up and made sure this and that was done and completely. But no, when mother and father give you that moment to sit back and relax, it is for a great reason, and always take it as a reason to just sit back and relax. Because when the time come when you're booked and busy, you're going to look back on that time you had to, that free time you had to relax. And you're going to be like, damn, I should have relaxed when I had the time. Now I can't relax because I got to make this bag and I want it. You get what I'm saying? So take that time to relax, y'all. Y'all got to relax and stop rushing to the next point. You don't have to rush to anything. Mother and father already have everything aligned for you, as well as your higher self. Your higher self, honestly speaking, is your mother and father. You get what I'm saying? So listen to that discernment. So so last night I was in the dream world, y'all. Mind you, the last few nights the dream world has been a little bit different. I've been experiencing it in different ways, but I learned to kind of experience things as they are and don't try to change nothing or put filters on it. I see it for what it was presented to me as, and I keep it as that. Flat the fuck out. So I had a dream last night. Well, in the dream, I'm not going to say I had a dream. I was in the dream world. AKA could possibly be real. We don't know. But I take my dreams very seriously because I have a great time in them. And it was like me and my children were walking to a park. We was at a park. And at this park, this lady has sent us like, can you go do this for us? And I'm like, yeah, I'll go do it for you. That's a message in that too, but I'm gonna get to it. So I walk over this little puddle, walk over, and then all of a sudden, me and my children get stuck on the other side because it started flooding. The waters was like, and they were dirty waters, but they were coming like flowing like it was damn near a flood. But it was like, how is me and my children gonna get back on the other side? And there was another person and her child over there too. But her and her child was over there in fear. They like, what the fuck? How's this gonna work? And me and my baby's looking at it, even though my daughter, she's a little bit scared. And my son a little bit, but not really. And by me teaching him and her how to swim, well, I'm still working on her, but by me teaching him how to swim, he already prepared. But by me being so calm and like, it's okay, we go ace it, we go get through it. A little bit of fear came in me, but then I stopped and was like, I'm not gonna be stuck over here, flat the fuck out. And I see the person that sent me over there on the other side of the island looking at me like with this suspense look, like, is she gonna be in fear or is she gonna do it? So me and my children, I hopped in there, my son hopped in there, and I was waiting on my daughter to hop in there, but I knew I should have let my daughter hop in there by herself. So as I started to walk by, because I think I wanted to see how deep it was before I let them come in. And it wasn't that deep and it wasn't that strong. And for some reason, the current of the waters did not push me and my children away or into the further river or ocean. The water kind of like, when we was walking, the water was kind of going over our body. So it was strong, but not as soon as it had our body, it just like split into two. Like it wasn't pushing our body. So I'm walking through the water. My son, he's swimming. He having fun, girl. Like I said, girl. And the other people, I look back because I see Egypt. She get in and she just falling like, and she falling. And I'm like, what the hell? So I go over there and I get her. And I'm holding her and I just put her on my neck. And the other lady still sitting over there scared and in fear, crying. So me and my babies, I had Egypt on my neck. They had their phone. We walking over the water and we end up getting on the other island. And I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? So what I get by this is that when me and my children were presented with this wrong turn, basically, somebody tried to lead us in a wrong direction and leaded us to a flood, leaded us to a dead end where we were going to be stuck and not being able to get home or get back. And when a person tried to lead us in that direction, they didn't know how faithful I was to surrendering to the unknown, surrendering to my safety is, and I'm always divinely protected. So by me making a quick adjustment to just remove the fear and surrender to being safely placed on the other side of the island, I noticed that the people that person sent to monitor me was scared and stuck on the other island, while me and my children were having a great time. Actually, especially my son, he was just swimming, having fun. The water's just flowing with him. The water's holding him. It's kind of like the water god in Moana. Like it just took us right over there and placed us up there. We had our phones. Our phones didn't get destroyed. I'm like, dang, Issa, let me check your phone. I blew on her phone. Her phone's still working good. I blew on my son's phone. I'm like, let me check your phone. Blew on his phone, still working good. Mind you, my whole body and neck was in the water. Just my face, like up here, all this was out of the water. So, and I told y'all, people cannot use elements to go against me because I am connected to my elements. I am connected to my waters. I love my waters. I know how to remove my bodies with the flow. So it's hard to try to send spiritual attacks my way because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to ace them. And if I don't ace them, I might be or see them. But either way it go, it was a lesson and I was learning from it. Mother and Father has said somebody is trying to lead you in a false and wrong direction. Somebody trying to lead you in a false and wrong direction. But even the wrong direction still lead to the final destination. Even the wrong direction will still lead you in your final destination. Go check out my Wizard of Oz, the Yellow Brick Road video. How Dorothy, how she was on that yellow brick road and the witch kept looking at reading her life and kept throwing every different curveball. Every time Dorothy get further and closer to her destination, she leave a curveball. But at the end of the day, she's still gonna make it to that destination because that's where she's meant to be. And when God says that's where you headed, that's where the fuck you headed. So there's a flood coming. There's another flood coming. But this flood is different. Two sides of people will view this flood in different perspectives, which is balance in life. It's life to look at things differently. Each person shall look at things differently. But I'm going to tell you this. When this flood comes, there's going to be a few in fear and agony and turmoil and chaos. Don't know what they're going to do. They're going to let that fear drown their ass with the water because they don't know. The more you fear, the heavier you are in the waters of Mother. And you will sink. And there's going to be another side of those people. The other people are going to look at it as an opportunity to get cleansed, even from the dirty waters, because water is water and water is pure. So people going to experience this flood in different viewpoints. Some go look at this flood as an opportunity to still fight through something, and some go look at it in fear. You got the chosen ones go look at it in a little bit of fear, like, oh no, what's going on? But then that fear is going to rebirth because we know fear is the lowest form of frequency. So we're going to look at it in more of, okay, if it's fear, I'm going to challenge it. I'm going to see what I got to do to get to where I need to be. So you got some people that's going to look at it with tears and some go look at it as victory. And the ones that's going to look at it as victory and cleansing and as a way to just reposition the direction, they're the ones that's going to make it to the land of milk and honey. Yes. You're going to make it to the land of milk and honey. So I want to say this. The traps people try to set on your life will leave them in more fear than it ever will leave you. I ask, Mother and Father, what is the definition and what is the meaning of this message here given to me today? What is the meaning? I call in all my intuition and all my ways to communicate so I can communicate finally to the people. What is it that I must say to my people? Because it was something I was going to say to you in the beginning, but I was like, I'm going to come back to it and I forgot it a little bit. So hold on. Let me go read, see what I was going to say. And then I'm going to come right back. So I'm back. Anywho, be mindful of the people that's trying to enter your reality and create bonds with you through old trauma bonds. A lot of people still are living in their trauma. And when they see you're not living in your trauma and you're trying to, even though they probably not against you, it's just they're in their trauma and they can't help it at this point. But what you can do to try to help them is constantly give them reassurance for the few moments of the conversation. But once you see that your reassurance and your advice and great words of, peace and enlightenment is not getting through to them, and it's like as soon as you speak life, they turn around and speak the trauma again. You have to remove yourself from that energy. You have to, or it will pull you down because you're gonna feel like they need more from you than you're ever getting from them, and that's no way you're gonna steal energy from me, baby. And there's no way people could steal energy from that. It's just I'm a powerful being. I'm sent on this planet to remove certain things on people and awaken and align them to their higher self and what they can be. So I just want to say this. The last few days, my daughter has been, I don't know, as soon as this Gemini season started coming, my baby has been on this little spiking trip. Like, she got little pins like this. These little pins. And me and Israel had woke up in the rising, and she walked up to us and poked us with the pin. And I'm like, ouch, why would you do that? And then she made a mistake and cut herself with the knife yesterday because she went in the kitchen and I had a cake knife and she tried to eat some of the icing off the cake knife and cut her finger and came in the room and attempted to lie and say, Mommy, I bit myself. But she was scared, but she didn't want to show me that because she would have knew I knew. But when she came there, I said, no, you didn't bite yourself. You cut yourself, didn't you? She was like, and I went in there. I said, I got up. I banded her up. It wasn't too deep, but like I told her, I said, look at these little bitty hands. You could have cut this whole finger off. Don't touch no knife because it have cake on it. Don't touch no knife, period. And I'm like, why is my daughter being on this little, like, Pride of Chucky side? But honestly speaking, it's balance because she's mostly always so peaceful, so sweet, so nurturing. So when she have her moment of chaos, I actually don't discipline her and whoop her. I probably communicate more than anything. I don't whoop my children at all, honestly, but I don't discipline her in a way where, because all you have to do is really yell at her and be like, not even yell, just put on that D voice like, Egypt, sit your butt down, and she's gonna tear up. So I asked her, I said, why are you on this little Bride of Chucky spree? And she started smiling a little bit, but she had this look in her face like she was like, and I'm like, I don't know. So instead of blaming others or the other energy that was around her, instead of blaming anything like that, I just allow her to be in her darker energy if she decides to. But when it comes down to making a mistake, cutting yourself, because it was a mistake. She was trying to lick some icing off of there. I'm happy she used her hand instead of her tongue. But I honestly blame myself, even though the knife was in the sink. And it was no dishwater or anything. I just set the knife in the sink and I would go come back and rinse it off in a second. She had gotten to it when I went to the bathroom to take a little nice tinkle winkle. So when my children do stuff like that, I explain to them instead of yelling at them and being upset with them, because I tell my children when they hurt themselves, it make my blood tingle. It make my body tingle to where I yell at y'all in fear, not fear, but more of concern. And I be like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? But I have to express to them differently. I be like, the reason why I get a little upset because I don't like when my babies hurt themselves because it hurt me. It make me angry. That's why it's so easy for some parents, like if their kid get bullied on or get hit, it's so easy for another parent to go out there and ready to whoop somebody ass and blame somebody else for their child's trauma so you can take your anger out on the other kid or the other parent. You know what I'm saying? But knowing that my children are, and she was just being greedy, trying to eat some icing off the cake knife. And I just was like talking to her while I was wrapping her little boo-boo up, cleansing it. Little sucker was a little bleeder, but not too much to where we had to go to the hospital. Just like a little cut, but to me it was big because it's blood and it's my baby. And she was being so strong about it, like, because she knew if she showed the crying spells or she showed her being like super scared, it would have made my blood boil a lot more. Like, it would have probably made my hand shake. That's the type of shit I be talking about. So I wrapped her up and stuff like that. And then after I'm done wrapping her up, I'm putting all the stuff back into my cabinet, like my basically first aid kit. I'm putting it back into my cabinet, and she just go off and just punch her brother in the stomach so hard. Mind you, they both been bickering and arguing like a married couple for the last few days. And I'm like, why do they keep getting into it? And it's like as soon as this Gemini season came, baby, my baby started showing the signs of the twins, the wicked ones. So, anywho, I understand that there's balance on this planet. And if I'm able to have a moment of chaos and a moment of anger and revenge or something like that, I give my children the okay to go through and experience that as well. When my son say he don't want to be bothered with her, I try to separate him. When she don't want to be bothered with him, I try to separate him. So When she punched him, he instantly fell on the floor and he was like, ah. And I looked at her, I said, nah, this is what made me upset, because now you're causing physical harm to somebody else and you're going against his free will. So I yelled at her. I turned around and said, why are you acting like this? Why do you keep being so mean? She just bust out crying. Like, she covered her mouth, her face, and she just was crying. And then she walked in the kitchen. And I walked in the kitchen behind her. And she was crying. I wanted to baby her, but I said no. She got to know that that was wrong. So I go in the kitchen and I get her. And I look at her and I say, Egypt, why are you being so mean to us? Like, don't do that. Don't hurt yourself. You know, you're doing too much. Is it that you just want to show us out of your darkness this week? She said yes. And then she calmed down. And then I told her, you so pretty. You need to go in there and go to sleep. So she went in there and took a nap in my bed. Went straight to sleep. She needed a nap, but also, I can't say she needed attention because she's been in my room the whole day. She even was laying on my chest. We bonded all day. So it was just the simple fact that she wanted to experience a little bit of her darkness, and that's okay. But don't cause physical harm to anybody else, because that's when you get in trouble. Because if I don't correct you, oh, your ancestors and mother and father will. And you don't want them to get you, because you might run outside and next thing you know, so you feel like somebody pushed your ass and you come back in here with a bloody knee. But really, it's your karma. So don't do that. So either way it go, I know that was off topic, but these are some of the things that I go through in my household. These are some of the things that I experience as a mother, as a caring mother, as a 1-800 always there mother. On most days, it's not going to be perfect. On some days, they're going to crave more attention than you give. And you're going to feel like you're giving a lot because you're damn near empty. But obviously, they need a little bit more. It's going to be days where you have to cut into their ass and tell them to give you space, to create boundaries. That is a very important factor to work on in your household. And teaching children boundaries is one of the hardest parts of parenting. I don't care who you is. When you have to teach a child boundaries, that's so hard, because children are strictly coming out the womb straight 1-800 glued to you. So with that being said, y'all, it's a lot more to life than just disciplining with your physical hands. And it's a lot to discipline, because your children also remind you and teaches you what you should be doing as well. So that's why I always give everything its grace. I give everything its grace, because if I don't give it its grace, it's going to have me on a moment where I'm like super, super low. I'm able to experience people because I've been in that situation before, but instead of absorbing it, I observe it and I try to remove myself before it even can get attached to me. So there is a flood coming, and this flood that's coming is gonna shake some shit up in your life too. It's like a dirty flood. So it's coming in your life and it's wiping away, it's cleansing you, it's taking all the dirt from you. This flood is so dirty that it's coming to take the dirt from you. So while you walking through this river, this active flow of angry water, or I would say it's angry to some and some is not. This water that's a little, you know, in this chaos moment, because we all have free will. And as you walk through it, you looking at it like, damn, this black ass, dirty ass water, I gotta walk through this water. Instead of you looking at it like that and you just walk, just like my tea. See how dark my tea is? Do you think that's dirty? No, I think it's cleansed. I think it's healing. You get what I'm saying? But to somebody else, they'd be like, ugh, you drinking dirt tea? You get what I'm saying? So a lot of people will look at this tea differently than how I'm experiencing it. So when I walk through this flood, when you walk through this river of flow, the dirt that's in this flow is from all the chosen ones. It's cleansing some more dirt from you. It's cleansing some more of your dirty traumas, your dirty past, your dirty anger, your dirtiness. It's cleansing it. And then you, all of a sudden, you feel a little bit more cleansed from the dirty water than you did in the cleansed water, the clear water. This river that's flowing through is cleansing the dirt from you. The dirt of others, the dirt of your children. That's why when my daughter, because lately she has been on a streak of being a little in her darkness, a lot in her darkness. I would say her dark wickedness, her little baby wickedness. And when she fell in the water, she instantly was like going under and she could not barely get up because she was in a little bit of fear. But like I told you, fear will suck you down. And even my daughter, I'm not going to let her get away with the way she's been acting. So she was going down, but she still didn't get up and cry. She still was like trying to swim and catch a float. But the more she was going down, I can't help but notice it's probably my ancestors pushing her ass in there, cleansing her ass from the dirt. Like, get your ass in this motherfucking water, because she was stuck in one spot going up and down. Because it's a flow. She could have been pushed from us. But no, she was stuck there getting cleansed. Like, the ancestors like, get your motherfucking ass in this water. And then that's when I turned around and I went and grabbed her. Because I had said to my son and her, I'm like, let me test it and see how deep the water is. My son, as soon as he seen me walking there, he jumped straight in. Did a backer flip in that bitch. He's swimming and rolling. And she jumped in because she like, y'all ain't gonna leave me. But she started, sinking. So I went over there, I grabbed her, I put her on my neck. But even though she on my neck, she's still able to be in this water. Because before I put her on my neck, I was holding her arm and she was just, her head was right here, but she was still in the water. So I believe she got cleansed the most, Ashe. But that's all I wanted to say to you all. Something did come to me earlier, but it's gonna come back to me if it's meant to come back to me, and then I guess I'll add it in here when it do come back. But other than that, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace and love and blissfulness. I ask you, if you are if the divine has given you the space to relax and not think of nothing, don't get no downloads, no nothing, take that as vacation, because in a minute you're gonna be so busy that you're gonna be like, damn, I should have rested. Damn, I should have took my time. Damn, you don't want to be like that. Sit your ass down and relax and have a beautiful day. Each day you're able to be thought-free. Ashe, I love you all. And be mindful of the people that's trying to come and knock on your peace, because they can't enter. This peace right here is eternal. It's different. When this peace is coming from the soul, can't nobody click into the soul unless you give them access to the soul. And most of the time you can get access when you enter a person. You gotta enter them to get some soul connection, for real. Or you could just sit in that energy and soak up all their good words. So be mindful of that too. And I don't know who this for. Take your tea. If it's nasty, take it and stop putting sugar in it. Take that motherfucking tea as natural as it could be. Ashe.
To my family, my cosmic family, I love my family. You are my family. We ain't gotta have blood, but just know it's all love. I really wanna give you a hug, so speak whatever you need to speak. You gotta open up your throat chakra. You gotta motherfucking release. Don't let nobody have that much power over you to where you can't even speak about your shit, on your shit. Better let them know you got it like that. So come on, baby, to the channel.